I suppose it could be liberating to take a leap of faith, to shrug off the burden of proof for the promise of hope. It takes trust to turn darkness to light, and those who trust risk putting their faith in the wrong hands. For there are those who pray for you, and there are those who prey on you. Hey, Lunamoth here. So, I have repeatedly been shown the juxtaposition of pray, P-R-E-Y, and pray, P-R-A-Y. And I actually made a video about this a couple of months ago that really correlates to what I'm about to say. So, recently, basically, everything that I've said in the past is being brought up again and confirmed. And there's a little more light shed on it. So I'm going to go into pray, and panic. Okay. So pray, P-R-A-Y. Lately I've also been getting the song by Maroon 5. It's called Animals. And the part of the song that will always play or start when I walk in or start when I turn my car on is, "Baby, I'm praying on you tonight, hunt you down, eat you alive, just like animals, animals like animals. Maybe you think that you can hide, I can smell your scent for miles. You can't deny the beast inside, like animals, just like animals, animals." So prey, P-R-E-Y, is an animal hunted or seized for food, especially by a carnivorous animal. A person or thing that is the victim of an enemy, a swindler, or a disease. To seize and devour, make raids or attacks, to exert a harmful or destructive influence, to victimize. Synonyms are dupe or target. So prey could be a target. An old word for prey was actually booty, which is something that is taken in war or taken in chase. Prey, to exploit, to use or manipulate one's advantage, like, say, a world leader or a politician. To cause worry, trouble, burden, distress, haunt, oppress, weigh down. These are examples of preying on the mind. And then there is the good old beast of prey, which is an animal of prey, like a large hunting animal. But I think it interesting that they call it a beast. Okay, so there's that prey. Then there's this prey, P-R-A-Y. To offer devout petition, praise, thanks to a god or an object of worship. Pray, to offer. To enter into spiritual communion with God or an object of worship. The word origin is Latin, and it means to beg or ask. And it used to be used as like an interjection, which would mean something along the lines of please. So it'd be like, please, like, pray, leave us alone. It would be used to preface, it would be used as a preface to polite requests or instructions. Also, another, something similar to praying is an invocation. That means to call in, make space for, using prayers, hymns, mantras, declarations, or affirmations. Okay, so there's this juxtaposition of prey being like a victim, and then there's the other side of the coin, which is pray, which is to seek protection by asking for it from God. And I'm going to post the other video below because it goes kind of more into it. Okay, so the other word that I got was panic. So I saw panic 3 times, or I got panic 3 times today. First was in my car. I heard a song that said, don't panic, we're just getting started. And I was like, oh, great, thanks, great. Um, then, like literally a few minutes later, I was walking into the grocery store and there's a guy walking right towards me wearing a shirt, a shirt that in giant letters says panic in red and yellow. I'm pretty sure it was a band, but I'm not really familiar with that band. So, panic is, oh, I'll show you the third time in a second. Panic is a sudden or uncontrollable fear or anxiety, often causing wildly unthinking behavior, hysterical or irrational behavior that often spreads quickly through a group of persons or animals, like prey, maybe? Would panic spread through a group of prey? Yeah, you betcha. As a verb, to keep an audience or the like highly amused. Okay, so this part I actually found really, really interesting. Relating to the god Pan. Now, Pan was a mythological creature that looked very similar to a hairy goat man, and he caused all kinds of mischief. But I found an article, which I will link below, where G.K. Chesterton is talking about the death of Pan. And he says, it is said truly that Pan died because Christ was born. So this was happening during like the time period of Christianity. So basically what happened was because this mythology or this mythological creature died, um, it's it's basically when mythology was replaced by theology instead. So because Pan died, it was basically like the death of an ancient order and the coming of the new. And they would proclaim, the great Pan is dead. It's also known as the death of paganism. So panic, having to do with Pan, um, it's like the death of the ego and the coming of the divine. So um, you'll have to read more into the article, but I did not expect to find that in there with panic. I did not expect to find anything related to Christ um, and relating to Pan, this mythological goat creature, which can also sometimes be compared to the astrological sign of Capricorn. Okay, so in finance, panic, a sudden widespread fear concerning financial affairs, leading to credit contradiction and widespread sale of securities at depressed prices in an effort to acquire cash. So like a financial collapse or panic. Collapse resulting in a panic in which people are trying to sell off things in order to get like real, live, tangible money instead of like these bonds and things that are honestly just imaginary up in the air. Um, Panic, an instance, outbreak, or period of fear, suddenly destroying self-control and impelling to some frantic action. There's also a song by Coldplay called Don't Panic, the title, and I will post it below. Some of the lyrics are bones sinking like stones, all that we've fought for, homes, places we've grown, all of us are done for, and we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful world. He sings it much better than I speak it. And says, here we go, here we go. We live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do. Oh, all that I know, there's nothing here to run from. 'Cause yeah, everybody here's got somebody to lean on. So it's called Don't Panic, and that song came to mind with panic. The third instance of panic that I saw today was um, I was doing all my research and I took a little break and went to read a magazine, and the very first spread that I opened up to was an article about Chuck Sperry's work. He's an artist who has a very distinctive style, and this is the photo that I saw. So there's the girl. She is holding basically what looks like it's a pomegranate, but it kind of almost looks as if she's bitten into the forbidden fruit. She has basically the main colors that I'm seeing are red, white, and blue, and stars everywhere, which could be symbolizing America. And then at the bottom it says widespread panic. So widespread panic. Okay, so this, bear with me, reminds me of a tarot card. A lot of people will get really offended because I just said the word tarot and everyone thinks that it's evil, but I would like to direct you back in history. It started out as, it's called tarocchi, and it was a Italian card game used in Italy and France. And then it kind of morphed into something else. But the origins of this are not evil, like people like to say it is. There is a widespread darkness about a lot of things. If you think about what a modern day tarot card would symbolize, it would symbolize kind of like a fortune telling. And there's different sorts of readings that you can do with them. A single card reading is used to tell where you are currently or what your immediate future is that is quickly approaching if you stay on the current path that you are on. So if we're getting a tarot card foretelling widespread panic, and the colors are red, white, and blue, you can assume the meaning of that. Anyway, I'm not going to go too far into tarot cards because I don't really want to argue with anyone about what's evil and what's not. Things have the power that you give them, honestly. So, anyway, all of this is talking about mankind's animal nature. And the animal nature, or the beast inside of man, surfacing for one last joyride, causing mayhem, panic, and the bondage of fear. Everything starts in the spiritual and manifests in the physical. The last video that I made with Pray and Pray, in the title it said Chaos Descends. So people who are creating hell in the spiritual will be manifesting hell here. So that's that. Basically, either you will be praying, you will be entering into communion with God, or you will become prey. You will become a victim. Those are the options. Those are the two sides of those coins. And I'm going to leave you with, there is a group called Panic at the Disco. It's a band. I never really liked them that much, but all of this panic stuff led me to remember the band name and then look up the band, and this is one of their newest songs. It's called This Is Gospel. I'm going to show you the video. I'll post it below. It starts with this guy, and basically he's on an operating table. People are clutching at him, grabbing at him, wanting to operate on his heart, trying to operate on him, and then they nail him into a casket. And then it seems like through the casket, he is actually baptized into water. He descends into water, and then he dramatically comes back out, breaks out of the casket, and all of these people once again try to contain him and try to put ropes around him and basically like entangle him in fear. And the whole time he's talking about the fear of falling apart. So hopefully this has helped. Looks like the forecast is widespread panic, and the message is don't panic. So in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.